Hi everyone, I'm Virginia Gresham. I'm the Senior Fellow for Resource Management in the Office of Sustainability at Connecticut College. I'm also a computer science major and just interested in sustainability as a whole.
My name is Kean Fields. I'm a junior at Connecticut College. Also I work for the Office of Sustainability. I'm the Transportation Fellow, the Sustainable Transportation Fellow. And so
Goodwin Erie. Yes,
I'm also a member. I'm in Connecticut College's Goodwin Erie Center for the Environment, which is a research center there at Con.
Yeah.
So we're going to begin just by going into the model of the Office of Sustainability that Connecticut College runs, which is a little bit different than pretty much anywhere else out there.
We have one of the only co-directed offices in the nation with a faculty co-director as well as a staff member that runs the office.
Yep. And so just a little bit of background information. We're down in New London, Connecticut, and we have just about 1,900 students.
And as a private institution, we really try to use the office to apply our academics as a whole. And through that, we've sort of gone through a few different iterations of how the office runs. We started off with behavioral engagement and focused on behavior change through events, and we had dorm representatives, and we've moved onwards and learned that project-based initiatives are the best way to go about making change, at least for us personally on our campus. We found that they're easier to quantify and tell what's being achieved through all of our time and effort and monetary spending.
So this is just the structure breakdown, just to give you a more clear view of that. Again, with the co-directors, the staff and the faculty, as well, and then the main...
So everything below the staff and the faculty member are all students. So we have about 46 students engaged on campus, not just through events, but actually working on sustainable initiatives with the office.
So it's broken down. I'll go down here, yes. It's broken down into so there are the senior fellows, and then beneath each senior fellow has several different individual fellows. So Virginia is my senior fellow. And so I report directly to her, and then each fellow is individually working on various projects. And we won't read through all of them here, but
yeah.
several.
So we try to go through as you see, there are 3 different bubbles that Kian's going through right now. One is resource management, which is the one we're on right now, which sort of focuses on energy and transportation as a whole. The other one is community engagement and social equity. And then the other one is communications, because if no one knows what you're doing, you can't really get the word out, and that's a very important part of what we do. I guess we're going to move on and just talk about our unique definition of sustainability. We view it as a framework to solve problems using economic well-being, environmental stewardship, and social equity. And so that directly goes into what we do as transportation fellows for the college.
Sort of working off of our definition of sustainability and the way it's so holistic, that really tapped in well when the Office of Student Life at Connecticut College, the Dean of Student Life, he put together a transportation task force to really address some of the missing links in the transportation offerings that Connecticut College provides. And so we jumped right on that. Mm-hmm. And so we'll begin with just a little bit of overview of what is currently offered. Mm-hmm. So the main offering we have, it's called the Camel Van. It's sort of just a little shuttle that runs to downtown New London and back to the school. There are zip cars on campus that students can rent out. Mm-hmm.
There are bike sharing programs as well as a bike rental program that's completely free to students on campus.
And
a ride share program on Facebook as well, which we're hoping to eventually integrate into the college's website.
And so some of the issues that we've been working to really address is the equitability of how accessible these options are, or how accessible transportation options are just in general, because it's a lot of for the students who can't afford to have a car on campus. We want to make sure that they have options. Another major tenet of the transportation task force, it's just been extremely interdisciplinary, and it's almost been surprising, a little bit eye-opening for me personally to see all these different areas where transportation really does apply that I wouldn't have initially thought of. The most notable example that's coming to mind right now is as Connecticut College is going through a curriculum revision, with all the faculty are coming together and rediscussing how they're going to move forward. And one of the big aspects that they're looking to draw in is more sort of class trips and sort of outside learning outside of the little college. And so obviously transportation plays a major role in that aspect.
And it's been a very unique offering being students on this board, because a lot of times not incorporating students into these discussions gets a lot of holes left out. And as we are a college that's not in a urban setting, retention rating and making students feel like the outside world is accessible to them is a huge portion of it. So I feel our role on the task force has been instrumental in ensuring that everyone's voices are heard. And a way that we're doing this is we sent out last week a survey to the entire college, which thankfully a lot of people have filled out about the different transportation needs on campus. And as the sustainability chair for the student government organization on campus, I've received a lot of emails about what people hope to be offered in the future. So we're going to eventually integrate that all into a big report that will go to the president of the college, and we will move forward and have action items on the report. So we're really excited.
Another integral aspect of this has been, in addition to giving students better access to getting off campus, it's really about connecting Connecticut College more with New London and trying to become less of that sort of college on the hill type relationship. And so right now, what has been said to us from some local New Londoners is that when the camel van comes and just drops off students, it's kind of like they're just getting transported down and then kind of picked back up, and it wants to be more of a sort of symbiotic relationship.
And so a way that we're doing that is through the different projects that we as transportation fellows in the office work with, which we'll go into more in depth. No. Yeah.
So actually, before we talk about this, we're just going to talk a little bit about our the branding methods of how we've been trying to work transportation again into more areas. So again, with the curricular revision was a pretty big one, but we're really looking to get during orientation for the freshmen to start just making sure that they fully know all of the different offerings and to almost walk them through using each and every one. So one of the sort of, as we were talking about how our office works a lot with sort of a project-based model, one of the big projects that we've been working on this semester has been getting these electric car charging ports on campus, which I think Eastern has them, and pretty much all of the Connecticut state universities have them. So we're a bit behind on this, but.
But in terms of public versus private funding, all of the big state universities have funding for this, whereas smaller private institutions need to sort of grapple with different offices and different departments and work together to make that project possible. So though we've looked into all of the public funding methods, most of them are inaccessible to private institutions.
So we've experienced a bit of setback in that regard with just getting funding. Another area of pushback that we found, I've had a lot of the naysayers have said, well, sure, but your car is running on electricity now, but that electricity is just coming from the power plant up the road, which is burning what? Coal, natural gas, whatever. It's still polluting, and that's not really much better. And our response to that has been, which is down to really just how our office has been trying to think, but it's. We've been giving more of a systems answer, where once we have transportation that works more off the grid, there are ways to there are more ways to make electricity sustainable than just burning off gasoline.
So the next portion with this is we are presenting to the land management committee with the college and hoping to integrate it over the summer. But we'll see where that goes. But that's what we've been working on so far. Another project that we've been working on is the Southeast area bus stop on campus. So this is a way that we are trying to be locally responsive and responsible to our New London community. We actually installed this a few weeks ago. We are the first official bus stop in the Southeast area region, which is very exciting, connecting to the local community. And instead of having students have to pay $12 to use the taxi service to go downtown, you're now going to be able to access the downtown area, promote local growth, the economy, for only 50 cents, $1.50 on the bus line. So we're pretty excited about this. As the chair of sustainability for the student government organization, I'll be here for orientation, at least at the college for orientation, and we've already created a pamphlet and booklets, and we're using a QR. If any of you guys have ever been to the MoMA, there's a virtual docent that you can get to walk around. But we're going to do the same thing just with the seat bus to explain to students how to use it properly. So it's going to, as a computer science major, my independent research is being able to scan a QR code and then have it pop up with a virtual docent that will sort of explain with photographs and about a 2-minute audio how the seat bus works, what ways, where you can go, what's the best way to use it, and that's how we're hoping to integrate the seat bus into daily student life, and we're really excited about this. So yeah.
Then this just lastly, to bring it back again to our sort of tenets of social sustainability, just again about how this is a lot more neatly connecting local New London with Connecticut College, and providing for especially the staff and faculty who live down in the New London area, in New London County as well.